Hello everybody, today is Monday, and it is now June. Now, first off, you might be wondering, why am I wearing this hat? Well, as you know, the Warriors are in the finals, and I just wanted to show my support to them, because I hope they beat the Raptors. Other than that, I don't have a reason for wearing this, because it's June now, and it's summer, and people don't wear beanies in the summer, because it's really hot, you know, it's making my forehead sweat. But today is Monday. You know what happens on Monday? Madness Monday. Madness Monday. What is Madness Monday, you might ask? What is Madness Monday, you might ask? What exactly is madness? Well, basically, it's a lot like Theory Thursday, except Theory Thursday, any theories welcome, and we talk about, you know, just theories in general. Today, on the Mondays that we will have, it's not so much a theory as an idea. And we'll basically talk about, is this idea mad, or is it not mad? Is it justifiable? Is it reasonable? Is it logical? First theory, a little for Madness Monday, non-sponsored, just got some Dr. Pepper Dark Berry. We're gonna try it out. Never been drank before by me. About to open it and drink it. Alright, here we go. First sip. Gotta take that in, take it in. It's not bad. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's not anything I've really tasted before. I would probably say it's more so like the Mountain Dew Voltage, I guess, maybe. It's kind of like, you taste Dr. Pepper, just regular Dr. Pepper for like the first split second that it's in your mouth, and then you taste the dark berry. So it's really good. It's not the best I've ever had. I wouldn't say it's better than regular Dr. Pepper, but I'm also not a big Dr. Pepper fan. I prefer Mr. Pibb over Dr. Pepper, so, you know, unpopular opinion. But that's our next thing. You know, I think is Dr. Pepper Dark Berry good? I'm gonna give that a 3. That's not very mad. That's pretty reasonable. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good, so, you know, that's not mad at all. That's semi-reasonable. Next theory. I gotta stop saying next theory because it's not theory. Next proposition. Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb. Which is better? Is Mr. Pibb better than Dr. Pepper? I say that's not mad. I love Mr. Pibb. Mr. Pibb, unfortunately, is not sold in my area. Unless you go to like a movie theater, for some reason they have it. So I drink a lot of Mr. Pibb at the movie theater. And when I go like places that are not where I live and they have Mr. Pibb, I drink Mr. Pibb. Now, most people, they think this would be madness to them. I say it's just the truth. The truth hurts. It's a hard pill to swallow. Dr. Pepper, you know, I'm not sponsored by them, so I can say it. You're good, don't get me wrong, but not better than Mr. Pibb. Now that leads us to the next question. On the topic of sodas, Coke or Pepsi? Now this is a question that's been talked about for a long time, so don't feel bad if you can't decide. You know, I'm sure they'll still be talking about it in like 20 years from now. Not a big deal, but Coke or Pepsi? Here's the revelation that's been going on in my mind. Just straight up Coke versus like regular Coke versus regular Pepsi. I'm gonna have to go Pepsi. But here's the catch. Here's the but. If you start talking about flavor, now I know, you know, we were just talking about regular Coke versus regular Pepsi. Regular Pepsi is better than regular Coke. Sorry for those people that like Coke better. If you start talking about flavors, cherry Coke, vanilla Coke, you know, if you go to some of those like weird like restaurants or stuff, they'll have machines where it's like orange Coke, or they might have like lime Coke or whatever, all these flavors of Coke, and then you take Pepsi and you got like cherry Pepsi, you got like I think it's wild cherry, you got vanilla Pepsi. Even now they have these weird new, like, they have lime Pepsi, mango Pepsi, and then like a berry Pepsi. Aside from the wild cherry Pepsi, like, I even love vanilla, but vanilla Pepsi is I'd say wild cherry Pepsi is the only Pepsi that can be flavored well. Coke is much better at flavoring their products. I would say that any of the flavored Coke is better than any of the flavored Pepsi. The only exception to that might be like wild cherry Pepsi. I would probably have over, say, like lime Coke. Even orange Coke is pretty good. I know I also love orange stuff, so that's, you know, vanilla Coke is great too. All those other weird ones. There's like a strawberry and a raspberry Coke. The raspberry is kind of, the strawberries, the jury's still out on that one. I still don't know. Next idea. This is, it's kind of unrelated, but I just wanted to get off on a little rant here. Let me start by showing this. Some of you might not know what this is. It might be backwards to some of you. Maybe, I don't know. Nintendo Power. Maybe if I stand this way and flip it upside, no, it's Nintendo Power. Super Mario Bros. 3. You know what that means? It means it's from like 1988. Let me see if I can find the official date. What? I know this game came out in 1998, or not 98, 88. My bad. Because the first one came out, or was it 87? I think it was 88. First one came out in 85. Legend of Zelda came out in 87. I know my game facts, don't worry. Don't challenge me. If you challenge me, you're dead. But anyways, you might ask, why did I show that to you just randomly? Was I just trying to flaunt my classic collection? No, because actually I just got this the other day. And I have another one, I think. It's like, I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in here. It's like a Super Mario Sunshine, like the Prima Power Guide. But why would I show this to you? No, it is not to flaunt my collection, because I have like 2 or 3 of them. But kids these days, I know I could be going a lot of places when I start with kids these days. Kids these days. If you showed them one of these, they would have no idea what they are. Why? Because we have the internet. The internet has walkthroughs, it has guides, you got let's plays, which all of those are not bad things. I have used all of those. I try not to use walkthroughs as much. I used them when I was younger as a kid. I watched a lot of let's plays, so that is more of an it's more for like the entertainment and the media rather than like trying to figure out how to actually play this certain game that I'm playing. But the final one that I'm gonna end off on, were guides good? You got guides, like the book, like the printed guides versus all this online stuff. Now this might be kind of a weird one to consider. Gamers might be like, oh yeah, like the old guides are good, and then everyone else is like, who really cares, you know? Like, what does it even matter? But think about this. Let me just go through this real quick. You got a guide. You got all these pages, right? All these pages of cool stuff, secrets. But think about this. Back then, they didn't have guides and walkthroughs like that. Like, these were the 80s. They had them in the 90s. Even in, like, early 2000s. I think, you know, by then, they probably had some, like, walkthroughs and guides. But it was, like, people didn't really, like, it wasn't as well known. It was kind of like, okay, like, that's only if you needed, like, serious hardcore help. Or you wanted to learn how to, like, speed run. Or, like, do weird glitches or tricks or whatever. And this was, like, people, like, actual, like, Nintendo themselves and like other like professional gamers and stuff like that would actually go through and say, okay, we need to play this game, we need to go all the way through it, find everything out about it, and we're gonna put it in the guide so that people can learn how to do it. And it was, I mean, for at least Nintendo games, it was like pretty much any game you could imagine, like any of the Mario games, Smash Bros, Mario Kart. You know, I had a Mario Kart in here somewhere, but I think I put it back in a stack. But I mean, to me, being a gamer, I'm gonna say yes, that was better because it was more sentimental though, and it might have been a little more nostalgia talking. But I say we go back to guides. Now, some of you might be saying, it's like going back to the time of dinosaurs. Why would we do that? Well, I'll tell you once I drink some more of this Dr. Pepper. All right, now that I've drank more of the Dr. Pepper, which actually, the more I drink it, the more I'm beginning to like it. But it came with little like posters and stuff. That's so cool, posters. I even have my Super Mario Sunshine one or whatever I found. I had like My friend gave it to me, and it was like from who knows how long ago. Like that game was made back in what, like 04? Is my guess, I think. 04, 03, 04. I'm pretty sure it's 04. Don't quote me on that, but I'll put it in the little like editing things like right along here. It'll show up when it was made with my finger. Boop. But it still had the guide in it, and I was kind of amazed. I was like, wow. And that's really when I got to thinking about it. I was like, why would you keep just this old guide when you can easily look it up online? You know, the poster's okay, you know? I can understand the poster, but why would you keep an old guide that you can look up online? It's quicker, it's probably easier than having to go pull out a book, flip to this page and be like, oh, that's where this blue coin is. I could have just looked up real quick, Google, and in like 5 seconds found where the blue coin is. In my opinion, there's 2 reasons for this. A, you know, obviously collectors and gamers will want that, but the main thing is, it shows you want it more. Any old regular average Joe off the street can be like, hey, how do I beat the water temple in Ocarina of Time? I might have been one of those average Joes, but I was also like 9 or 10 when the first time I played through and beat it all, so I was like, but now having said that and having played it, it's easy peasy. So I don't need to like, whenever I play through it, I don't need to like look up a guide or something. When you go through, imagine you're in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. You're like, hey, I can't beat this game. You can't just pull out your Nokia brick or whatever they had back then and just be like, boop, 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 1-800-CHEAT hotline, what level are you on? You know, like, I don't think they would have talked like that, but you can't just like, no, that would have been a revolutionary idea, have like a hotline going where you can get like cheats to any game. So like, oh yeah, well, in this game, you do this thing, and that's how you beat that level. That would have been my idea. That would have been revolutionary, but it didn't have it back then. You had to actually go to the store if you wanted one, or, you know, some people would have them shipped to them. If they have a subscription, they would pull out the guide and be like, alright, this says, you go to this room, you do this thing, grab this key, beat the boss like this, and voila, you're done. Imagine that. Imagine that. Is it mad? Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm mad. But I think we should go back to having guides. I think the FBI should just permanently ban walkthroughs. No, that might be mad. That might be going too far. Scratch that whole thing. Guides are cool. Leave the walkthroughs. That was a waste of time. Drink Dr. Pepper Cherry. But dark berry. You can drink cherry if you want. Bye.